Hi, everybody. I'm Ivo Gomes, mayor of Sobral in Brazil, that along with the Prince Island in Africa was one of the places where the eclipse in 1919 occurred and helped Albert Einstein to prove the theory of relativity. So I'm here just to issue a nice show, uh, have fun, and let's all work for the science to be a subject that we can teach our children and our young people and help us to understand the world and the universe. Bye.
The Global Science Opera 2019 celebrates the 100th anniversary of Eddington's proof of Einstein's theory of general relativity. In 1919, two expedition parties departed from England to Sobral in Brazil and Príncipe in Africa. The two teams photographed the solar eclipse. Their photos revealed how gravity affects light curvature. The Global Science Opera is a creative collaboration across national and cultural borders between students, teachers, artists, and researchers, between science and arts. Its methodology is inspired by inquiry-based science and arts education, curiosity, democracy, and sustainability. The students create and perform scenes around a common scientific topic, which are filmed or live streamed. Join us on November 20th for the premiere on the worldwide stage of the Internet. For more information, visit www.globalscienceopera.com.
Welcome to Rosa Sundi, one of the stages of the 1919 eclipse observations. Sir Arthur Eddington was here and made observations and, for the first time, proved the Einstein's general theory of relativity.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Have you seen this? It is the first image of a black hole.
Whoa, nice. I heard the other day that collision of black holes can cause waves in space-time. Waves? Really? Like in the ocean?
Not exactly, but let's take things from the start, shall we? Thanks to international collaboration among scientists, engineers, ICT experts, among other international professionals, all the largest telescopes on Earth pointed in the same direction and managed together to record this image. This is the first time we can actually see a black hole.
But black holes have a lot of gravity, don't they? They suck in everything and don't let anything back out again. They are super dense.
Yes, black holes are super dense, and gravity is very strong near a black hole. But we must be careful about, say, black holes sucking everything. Planets, stars, and even light can orbit a black hole. In the image, we see light from the gas that is orbiting the black hole. Being able to observe this black hole is very important because black holes can give us answers we have about space and physics, like how gravity can affect light, just like the general relativity suggests.
Whoa, awesome. But if this is the first test of theory, how come the theory is so famous?
No. This is a very recent one. The first evidence came in 1919. during the observations of a total solar eclipse.
What a beautiful island! Our expedition started on the right foot.
How are these gentlemen? What did you come here to do?
Welcome to Princeton.
Hey, give me a hand here. The telescope is heavy.
Careful.
Or Funley Friendlish is still in prison in Russia. Was he really a spy?
No, it's just a dude break off the big war. He had the longest citizenship. They took property, his telescope, and he still hasn't got to the back. He missed the opportunity in Russia in 1940. Poor guy.
Well, luck has it, we got the Yang in time. The telescope working perfectly. Now, if Ondroin could stop and the cloud could clear.
It used to be so peaceful here. Now, everyone wants our island. Do you know what gravity is?
Sure, it is the force that keeps us on Earth. Newton discovered this, right?
But can you see gravity? Do you know what causes gravity?
Or some small particles?
Invisible cords?
That is precisely the problem. Newton couldn't find an explanation for it. And then Einstein came with a crazy idea. Gravity is not a force. It is a consequence of the geometry of space-time. Although there is no actual fabric of space-time, it can be helpful to imagine that space-time is like a fabric. If you put an object like a ball on a flexible cloth, the fabric will be distorted. In a similar way, mass and energy can distort or curve space-time.
Space-time curve?
Nah, I don't believe it.
Well, scientists also had a hard time believing these ideas and that gravity could be reinterpreted as a geometry. But Einstein's idea, his theory of general relativity, keeps collecting favorable evidence. What do you think would happen to space-time if we put two balls orbiting each other?
I know, it is like playing with marbles on a flexible cloth. It will produce waves.
Yes, we call those gravitational waves.
Whoa, this is really getting more and more interesting. But can you explain how a solar eclipse can help gather evidence for Einstein's theory?
Well, the fact is that if space-time is curved, light will also suffer the effects of curvature.
I don't understand.
Let's make a model ourselves. You are the sun, and you are a ray of light. Space far from the sun doesn't present any curvature, but when you get close, it does. If a light ray is coming close and follows the shape of space-time around you, it will be deflected. As a consequence, this is how you would see the position of a star near the sun seem to shift compared to its usual position.
That is amazing. So you mean that this happening during the eclipse Eddington observed?
Well, let's understand a bit better how Sir Arthur Eddington and his team made this important discovery by observing a total solar eclipse in Prince Island and in Sobral.
What is eclipse? Is it dangerous? Is it contagious?
No, silly, it's not contagious.
It is happens and the evil. The moon challenges the sun to a fight, and the whole is dark as long they are fighting. All the birds start making noise because they are afraid of the fight.
It is not the moon and sun fighting. It is the god Shantar anger has us for not eating mornas for breakfast.
Let us gather a huge pile of brushwood to fuel a bonfire. If we make bright fire on earth, we will encourage the darkening sun to become bright again.
Don't worry, the eclipse is not dangerous, and certainly no one being punished. It's all buff to natural. You see the moon goes around the earth, and the earth goes around the sun. Every now and then, the moon crosses in between the sun and the earth, and the castles shoot over the earth. That is when we have a solar eclipse.
But what the big instrument, it is not dangerous.
It is to prevent the demons from coming here.
No, it is to shoot down the enemies. This is a telescope. It is an instrument.
That alone us to look and the sun take pictures of the stars. When the eclipse happens, We will see the light from the start behind the sun will move.
What will you do with the movie light?
It will help us understand more about the universe.
What I love afternoon today with the walk and the miracle mountains. In our little lodge, I'm starting to worry.
All the equipment is in place and working. The solar status to take the photo of the sun. The telescope for observing the eclipse. Everything is ready to this new theory. Who do you think is close to the truth? Newton or Einstein?
My only concern now is if you have a close go to the theory at all. As I seem to read in the words, I'm thinking about a crazy idea. And however I think is traveling in the same speed through space-time, things that travel more through space travel, least through time, and things that don't travel through space are traveling through time. Space-time even when I'm not moving because I travel through time. I wonder with a photon. Amazing particle of light that travel in the maximum allowed speed, the speed of matter particle experience as a it travels.
Really? You didn't just say light speed instead of the speed of matter particles.
Well, our matter particle travels at the same speed, light speed, and the particle if made heavy to travel slow through space.
By the way, photons don't experience anything. They aren't alive.
Let's imagine they were. The meat travel of millions of years, but from the perspective of the photon, there is no time elapsed between the time it's meeting with its approximate. It's amazing that Einstein was able to come up with ideas like the world only through experiments. Imagine think about reading a loop what area of coming up with spare relatives, knowing the speed of light determined from maximum equation for relativity and magnitude, and that the last particle must be the same and uniform moving reference point. We was able to realize a Boston mirror the whole value of the speed light in African. This light to the relevant, the space and time are independent and not absolute. They dependent on the relative amount of their breath.
But we are here to test this new theory of general relativity. I wish I did not have to abandon the flat space-time of special relativity in order to develop general relativity. The mathematics is so complicated. Edison says that only he and Einstein really understand the theory. Special relativity is an amazing accomplishment, but he did not stop here. He started thinking about what happens when you have accelerated frame of reference. In trying to solve that problem, he imagined someone falling from his roof and realized the person falling would not feel the force of gravity. If he was in a small closed box, he could not tell that if he was falling or floating in deep space. He also thought about how you feel when you stand on Earth and realized that if you are in a small box hovering near Earth, you would feel the same as of accelerating up in deep space. Realizing this situation, what equivalent led him to ideas of general relativity and the new description of gravity, the idea that matter and energy could be space-time, and the shape of space-time deals matter and light, how did it move.
Extra.
It is tomorrow, the day of the dazzling spectacle in which the protagonist will be the sun and the moon. The delightful phenomenon that has been eagerly awaited by science and the women curious and feared by ignorance will begin at 7:46 a.m. Rio de Janeiro's official time. The harmful consequence will take our whole planet.
Why would the light from the star move? Is it dancing?
The light from the star curve around the sun, so the stars seem to be in a different place in the sky than really are.
The light is bringing out the light band.
The sun is bent on the space-time, and the light takes a shortcut by following a curvature of the space-time. That is why light is bent.
Oh, look! What's going on? It's not raining and it's very early, but the sky is suddenly darkening.
Everyone, let's start what we come here to do.
Yes, the camera.
Mr. Silva! Whoa, what?
Mr. Silva, please tell us what is it going to be.
Oh, calm down, kids. I'll explain you.
But what is it going to be? Are they going to get what they want? Can they get the picture with those telescopes and cameras?
Oh yeah, all that. Researchers as mathematicians, physicists, and all others came here to observe an important phenomenon.
I know, it's to confirm if Einstein was correct, right?
Take it easy. It's not through one single observation that they can confirm this theory. Actually, they're going to measure the angle of the light of the stars when it passes near the sun. Get it? Measuring that angle will verify another scientist's predictions, Isaac Newton, who was a physicist and mathematician and discovered the law of motion and the law of gravity, which describe how objects fall and how planets move.
I read about it in our science class. It was really nice.
Yeah, and going back to the explanation, depending on the measure of the angle, they will verify if Einstein's or Isaac Newton's theory was correct. These predictions for the curvature of the light.
Oh, Mr. Silva, I'm quite curious. It will be an amazing experience.
Oh yes, it will, because measuring this angle will verify the law of gravity or the law of relativity. Which one is correct?
Oh, nice! This is science helping us to know more about nature.
I want to be a scientist too.
Me too, me too.
Phew, I can't believe it. What luck. The sky cleared just enough to see the eclipse. Did you get the photos?
Talk as many as cold. Hopefully it will come out beautiful. Now, you just need to take comparative photos of the Saving Stars constellation tonight. And then we can develop all the glass negative and see stars have shifted position in constellation. It will be a complicated calculation.
Hey girls!
Hey. It was so exciting! It was fun!
Hey, school don't happen.
Oh yeah!
Mr. Silva, why did people have to come here to check it? Is it different here than other countries?
Oh yeah, pay attention. A total solar eclipse can be seen only from certain areas of the globe. Get it? An eclipse you see from here is impossible to see from here. It's easy to understand. That's why people came to our city. And that's why we should always have in mind that science should open the doors. And we should always help each other to build a better planet.
But what is the purpose?
The goal is always to bring knowledge and help people. It's important to be alert because some people use science in the wrong way. That's why we should have in mind that science exists to help each other. And we should always remember that science should have no boundaries. So that everyone can help each other and gain knowledge, enjoy the benefits of science.
That's it!
It was awesome! It was cool! I want to be a scientist and help humanity!
ponte.